Garage. Today we're going to be reviewing two Bluetooth receivers. One is called the Fiio BR13. The other one is called the BDCU from unknown maker. We'll be going over that in a little bit, but first I want to show you what got me going down this path. So I had been interested in buying a Bluetooth receiver, and I started looking on Dyma and doing some research. And basically what I found first was the Audison Beacon and the Moscone AMAS. And so the Moscone AMAS, I'll show you here, and the Audison Beacon are very similar. They basically, you can either mount them permanently with a harness that they come with, or you can mount them or connect them, with a micro USB if you wanted to go the easy route, which is the one that I'm taking, the one that I took. No need to wire anything up. You just hook it up to your cigarette lighter or your USB plug and you're good to go. Makes life a lot easier. So basically, one of the things that turned me off about these things is you can see the Moscone goes for like $479 on some sites. The Beacon itself goes for $279. I thought that was a lot of money for these simple little devices, and I thought that, we can probably find just as good, if not better, for way cheaper if we did a little bit of research. But as far as the Moscone goes, I think this is way, way overpriced. You can find it used here and there on the sites. This is actually older technology. This has Bluetooth 4.2. It does run Qualcomm's LDAC, LDAC up to 96K. I didn't find much info on it. There's not a lot of info available on the internet on all the different codecs that it uses. I know that it says it's designed for LDAC. It does the standard SBC Bluetooth codec, which is basically the Bluetooth codec that's like on any cheap old device. That doesn't do high res. That's not a high res Bluetooth. So as far as the Moscone, we can just skip this one altogether because in my opinion, it's way, way overpriced for what you're getting. The Audison Beacon Bluetooth receiver. So this is certified high res wireless. This one has, I believe, 3 different codecs. LDAC, AAC, and SBC, which is, again, your standard Bluetooth receiver. I did buy this one. I did try it. One of the things that, at least in my opinion, was it felt very cheap. I picked it up. When I picked it up, it felt super light as a feather. I mean, that doesn't, necessarily mean that it's cheap, but the first time that I hooked up the optical cable to it, the little door on the optical in broke, and that wasn't too heartwarming. But I thought, wow, this is a $300 unit, and the first time I plug it in, the door breaks. That does mean that it stopped it from working. It could be a fluke, but still, that didn't really make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. With Audison Beacon, it comes with cables and some proprietary cables for like Audison's amplifiers and stuff like that. You're only going to use either this one, or you can plug it in directly again with the micro USB. So the thing about this one, this uses Bluetooth 5.0. That's not a super old Bluetooth, but still, you can do better out there. So my research ended up leading me to these two guys here. The Fiio, let's see. This is the Fiio BR13. You can buy this for about $60 on Amazon. And this actually has newer Bluetooth. I believe this has Bluetooth 5.2. From my research that I did. Also, the other unit that I found, lesser known, this is called the AAAB41165 BDCU Bluetooth receiver. I know that's a mouthful, but you know how it is in the Asian markets that sometimes they have strange names. So anyway, we'll start off with this one, okay, now that we're already in here. So with the BDCU, basically, I ordered it. It's $40. This actually has way better technology than it blows the Moscone out of the water, and it blows the Audison out of the water, okay, at least in my opinion. So with this one, you have newer technology, newer Bluetooth. You actually have USB-C. You know, it's 2025. Everybody should be using USB-C by now. And it's only $40 plus shipping. I ended up paying like $61 shipped to my house. They said that there was going to be a tariff, but there was no tariff when I received it. So anyway, yeah. Oh, you know what? It does have a name. They call it the BERRYBAK. You can see that right here. It's hard to see, but when you get it in person, you'll see the BERRYBAK. So we'll start off here with the connections. So you have analog output, and then you have USB-C data only. So if you hook up, you can actually hook up your phone directly to this. And so basically, if you didn't want to use Bluetooth, you wanted to use to get your maximum resolution for your songs, high res, lossless, whatever. You can actually just go direct. That kind of defeats the purpose, though, what we're looking at this for. On the other side, you have a harness connector if you wanted to mount it permanently. And then you have your optical out. And then you have your coaxial output as well. And then what's neat about this one is it comes with two different antennas. So we'll be scrolling down on that in a second. So let's go back to the antenna. So you get a little short stubby antenna, or you get a long antenna that I believe articulates. So from what I saw with this one, it's heavier than the BR13 as far as weight. As humans, we always kind of think that, well, if it's heavier, it's got to be better. That's not necessarily true, but it does feel better. It does feel heftier, giving you the illusion that it is better. But anyhow, so let's scroll down here. So believe it or not, so here's the Bluetooth module that it has. Oh no, I'm sorry. Did I say 5.2? This has 5.3 Bluetooth. I don't know. I don't think that's the latest Bluetooth, but it is a newer Bluetooth. So according to this, it says it has a transmission rate of 990 kilobytes per second, which is basically the LDAC codec. But supposedly this has aptX lossless, which is supposed to be CD quality. Okay, so LDAC is the 990. So lossless is supposed to be better, but in all the literature that I read in here, it says that the max rate is 990. So we'll take that with a grain of salt and just assume that this is the top that it can go. But supposedly lossless is supposed to be better. aptX lossless is supposed to be the top dog. So the caveat with that is your hardware has to have these codecs. If your hardware doesn't have this, like if you check on your phone, and the only phones that could do this are going to be Android-based phones anyhow. And from what I've seen, I've used it on my DAPs. My DAP, I have a DAP that has Android 13, and another DAP has Android 12. Neither of my DAPs nor my phone, I have an iPhone anyway, so my iPhone is going to do AAC. Neither of my DAPs can do lossless. They can do LDAC, which is considered, the only ones that are considered high res are the aptX HD, the aptX lossless, and the LDAC. Some of these will have aptX adaptive. This one has aptX SBC, which is your standard Bluetooth. Let's see. So anyway, so funny enough, this one and the Fiio BR13 have the same DAC chips. They have the identical DAC chips. Okay. Let's see here. They do have different Bluetooth chips though. So we'll go back to the BDCU. Okay, so the BDCU lets you do aptX lossless, LDAC, aptX HD, and SBC, which is, you know, basically the bottom one. You don't want that one. aptX lossless is 1 megabyte per second. This is basically CD quality. This is the top dog. Doing some research, I didn't find a lot of hardware that does aptX lossless yet. If you Google that, there are some phones from Sony and other ones out there. There's not a lot of hardware. So even if you buy something like this, it doesn't mean that you're going to have the aptX lossless. You have to. But most people's Android phones and DAPs can do LDAC. So that's pretty damn... If you can tell the differences between these two, then you got really good ears anyhow. So let's see. So yeah, basically we're gonna go on to the Fiio right now, but here's the stuff that it comes with here. This was the larger antenna, the harness comes with an optical cable, user's manual, and the unit itself. I didn't have any problems. It connects to Bluetooth insanely fast, sounds really good. The only thing is, you know, when you first go into your DAP or your phone, you have to manually go in and change your settings every single time. That's the only thing that was a pain in the butt, was you have to go into your Bluetooth settings and switch it to LDAC. And I changed mine to the 24-bit 48 kilohertz because that's the max that mine can do. There is a setting for 96 kilohertz, but it didn't produce any sound. So it you know, it's all dependent on what your hardware is limited to. So this is the DAC that I was talking about, the ES901 8K2M DAC. Like I said before, the BR13 has the same DAC. So with the BR13, this has a either Bluetooth 5.1 or Bluetooth 5.2. We'll see it in here, but this does do high-res wireless and high-res wired. The interesting thing about the BR13 is, we'll see right here, we'll go down, is this actually does optical in, optical out, coaxial in, coaxial out. So you can actually do a pass-through with your system. This one's a little bit more versatile as far as connections go. This doesn't have a short antenna, so if you're going to mount this in the car, you have to fold this antenna down. It's not a big deal. I know it doesn't look it, but I mean, here's a size comparison of the car. It's really small, so you could tuck it in your glove box, your center armrest, or your center console. Let's see. So also with the Fiio BR13, you could actually do it. It comes with an app, and it has 7 different presets for the EQ, and then you can actually do your own custom EQ work. So the Fiio BR13 is a little more versatile when it comes to connections and just overall use of the product. So here is the DAC again. Like I said, it has the same exact DAC. So these two are pretty much priced the same. So pick your poison. Do you want something that you could just put in the car and set it and forget it? Like the BDCU is basically a no frills type product, where this one you could tinker with it and you can mess with the EQ and flavor the music to your liking. Let's see. So basically, when I use both in my car, I didn't see, many differences with it. I did notice that on the BDCU, it plays at a higher volume. If I have my DAP at, let's say, 80, it is like 1.5 dB higher. I did test it with a meter. It could just be that the Bluetooth is set at a higher level, the voltage on that, the output. The Fiio only comes with one cable. That's it. It's basically a USB-A to USB-C cable, no optical. That's not a big deal. I bought mine for about $55. It was on sale a few weeks ago. If you keep an eye out, you can find it for that price. But pretty much as far as the price goes, it's a wash. As far as a clear winner, it just depends on which one you want. I think they're both so similar in what they do, that really it's up to you. They're both priced the same. They both have the same DAC chip. One has newer Bluetooth. One has little older Bluetooth, but not by much. The other one has like Bluetooth 5.1 or 5.2. You know what? Matter of fact, let's check out what Bluetooth it has. Let me see. Did we spell that wrong? Yep, of course we did. All right, so let's see. Yeah, Bluetooth 5.1. Yeah, here we go. So this is it right here. X out of this. So here's the type of Bluetooth codecs that this one has. So it's got LDAC, it's got adaptive aptX, which basically means that it'll, switch on the fly if it's having a hard time with the signal. aptX, this is kind of like the bottom of the barrel. aptX, this is still better than SBC. Low latency, I have no idea. I haven't really researched aptX low latency. The one that I use is LDAC. So, and if you want to pick a happy medium between LDAC and aptX, HD is the one you want to use after that. And then, of course, got SBC, which is your standard Bluetooth, and AAC, which is Apple's proprietary Bluetooth codec. Yeah, so honestly, if I was going to pick one, I kind of like the Fiio for the features, but I kind of like the BDCU for its simplicity and the fact that it has aptX lossless for future proofing. Really, that's not a big deal. If I want to listen to my music with maximum fidelity, I'm going to use wired, obviously. And the reason that I even chose a Bluetooth receiver or even looked at this is during meetups. When I'm sitting on my side, I like to just have my DAP in my hand and, in control. Normally my DAP is pointed towards me in the driver's side. So, yeah. So again, keep an eye out for the giveaway. I hope you guys subscribe. I really appreciate everybody. Have a happy new year and a good holiday.